okay, this is maybe a little different, but we have a lot of homeless people around. You see people standing on the street corner. And sometimes I feel bad, just right, but you don't know. I had in Food Line, parking lot, 3 times now here just in the last year. Steve said, boy, you must be a good target. A young couple was sitting in a car, and there was a number of spaces between us, but it was vacant. And I heard somebody say something, ma'am, and I looked over. They stayed in the car. They had a little boy in the car with them. Ma'am, could you spare us some money? We're from Wilmington. And he said, we're down here, now we need some money to get back to Wilmington. And so I thought, oh, what am I going to do? You know, I really didn't have that much on me at the time, and I had to go to the bank. Had to go to the bank, and I told him, I said, well, I haven't been to the bank, but let me see what I have. So I got some out. I walked over, but I wasn't sure if I should get too close. I didn't know what they were going to do. The little boy was going, Mama, Mom. And so that made it even worse. So I gave him the money, and I said, I'm sorry, but that's all I have. It was. He said, thank you very much. He said, and they stayed there. I told Steve, I said, I kept watching. I thought, are they going, they know I'm going to the bank. Are they going to watch? And so I kept watching for their car. Never did see anything. Didn't see him. I think they stayed there and were hitting other people. I had a lady panhandling me. The same thing. The guy that oversees what is that? Where Food Line is, East, whatever it is.
Green Tree Shopping Center is all I was thinking.
He looks over and he was cleaning picking up trash, and he came over and he said, "Ma'am, did you just give her some money?" And I said, "Yes, she was in a vehicle. She needed some potatoes." And so he said, "You're the 3rd person she's already hit." He said, "I'm going to put a stop to this panhandling."
Here's the way I look at it. I have several times been inspired by God to give to people.
I think it was, yeah.
And I have been inspired by God not to give to someone. But what do you do in the middle? What if you got a not to give, you got a to give, and you got neither one? Here's what I do. Excuse me, I need some milk for my child. Would you give me some money so I can give you milk? I said, no, but I'll take you inside and buy you milk. Oh, never mind. Happens every time.
Yes, I heard that said.
Every time when they ask specifically for something, I always return it and go, okay, well, let's go to the gas station. I'll put $3 of gas in your car. No, I don't think I got enough gas to get there. I said, I got a gas can in my truck. I'll go get you some gas and bring it back. No, I don't think that. I'd rather have the money so I could go do it myself. I said, then you're not getting nothing.
I did actually have a man who said, I need money for food. And I said, well, I'm going into the store. Come with me. So we went around and I said, okay, what do you need? And he followed me and we got him what he needed. And I paid for it. And then I went back and did my shopping. And so he did not say, no, I just need the money.
And see, from that point, I don't care if he goes and sells it. That's on him.
Yeah.
I have a justification. And the way I look at it is I'm not casting my pearls before swine.
Right.
Now, that talks about witnessing to people that want to hear it and who don't. But that same principle as, God, you've made me the steward of your money. So every penny that I make, I'm a steward of. So when you say give, I don't think I should give to that guy on the corner because I know they're just making more money than me anyway, and I go through the list. And the enemy's trying to steal it, but the Holy Spirit told me to. And I got to give. It's his money. At the same time, if we're being swindled and we're doing it with the love of Christ, it's his money.
Yeah.
That's true.
So if unless God tells you definitely no, you're in the middle ground. It's up to you. That's when I go, I didn't get a yes or a no. But I have parameters I've set up. You want gas? We'll go get you gas. You want milk? Let's go in and get you milk. Now, there was one time a girl was at the counter and couldn't afford the milk. and she bought what she could, but she couldn't buy the gallon of milk. Well, I was behind him. I bought the gallon of milk and took it out to her. And that's a total different scenario.
Right.
But usually when someone asks me for something, and they're very specific, then I always put it back on them. Because Jesus asked a lot of questions. So why can't I ask questions?
Well, that's what I should have done with the lady with the bag of potatoes. I got in there with her and bought a bag of potatoes.
That's it.
But
I said, you be here. When I come back, I'll bring you a bag of potatoes. Because a bag of potatoes I can use even if you don't take them. Or come in with me and we'll buy you a bag of potatoes. And so when I get at the counter and they go, hey, this lady's been swindling people. Why are you buying her a bag of potatoes? I said, okay. I'll keep the potatoes for myself or I give them to you either way. It doesn't matter. It's his money. I haven't come to the place to where I give to everyone.
Right.
And trust that it's his money. Because I still feel inside convicted that if I'm giving to the guy that's abusing something that he shouldn't be abusing, and is an addict of something, and that's why he's doing it. Because not everybody on that street corner is there because of hard times. They're there because they choose to be.
Right. They're
Because they can make more money standing on that corner, getting $300 or $400 in a couple hours from everybody. Remember, 1,000 car goes by. If I can get $2 or $3 every time that light changes, how many times does that light change in an hour? 30, 40? I'm getting $40, $50 an hour. I ain't got to stand there too long to support me if I felt like not staying in the tent tonight to go get a $200, $100 hotel room now that it is. Back then it was probably $50, but now it's probably $100. I ain't got to stand there too long to get a room if I wanted. But I choose to stay in the tent. They choose to stay in the woods. So I'm very hard-hearted in the wrong sense in that situation. I've got to rely on the Holy Spirit. I said, Holy Spirit, am I supposed to do this? And usually if I'm supposed to do it, it will be before they come to me.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'll know that. The Holy Spirit will start working on me. I'll see someone in the corner, man, I should bless those. And the Holy Spirit will let me before they get to me at the car. I'm like, you know what? Holy Spirit's been, here, I got $1.
there was a guy from the homeless shelter. I recognized him. He stood back. He didn't come close.
Mm-hmm.
He just stayed kind of almost like he didn't want to intimidate me.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking, and I kept hearing ma'am, and I looked around and is there any chance you could spare some money? I need some lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And right up Gateway West, that's
Mm-hmm.
where it was Food Line.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken
Yep,
and
yep.
Howard Food Beer, something like that.
Yep.
There on the corner. So I said, I'll give you some. But I said, so I gave him some money. And I said, now, I told Steve, I told him use it wisely. And he said, Mom, he probably went right down to that liquor,
Yep.
the liquor store. I said, I watched. I kept watching as I put my groceries in, and I said, I saw him go inside. Now, what he did once he was inside, and I was
Yeah,
gone,
he's gone. I'll turn around
But
now
it
and go.
was on him,
Yeah.
so,
So it's fascinating
yeah.
the way the Holy Spirit will work. And we got to go. It's 10:20 already.
Oh, wow.
And it's fascinating how time flies when you're talking about the Holy Spirit. Because I really want to keep going, but I'd look down, it's 10:20. I was like, oh, we got to go. Let's dig into John 14:13 next week. But remember, study the context of it. Glean what the whole context is saying. Because John 14:13 says, and I will do whatever you ask in the name as my representative. I will do it. Again, it's kind of the same thing. But what's the context? So it's kind of fascinating. All right. See you, everybody.